Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Waggin Train of Thought. I'm Dr. Scott Broussard, and today we're going to be talking about flea and tick products. These are just brief examples of what we carry here, but I'm going to try to give you a broad overview of what is available and some of the pros and cons of each of those products. So first off, let's start with the things I don't use or recommend all that often, but I'll get them out of the way first. Shampoos. Nothing against shampoos, they work fairly well. They are not much of a preventative. So if you use a shampoo, you're probably going to kill whatever fleas are there on the spot. You will probably not kill their larvae, eggs, things like that. So don't be surprised if you do a shampoo and a couple of days later you're seeing live fleas again. That's just kind of the nature of the beast on that one. Number two, tick and or flea collars. Some of these are decent. I don't use them very often because I have these guys here, which I'll get to in a second. But you have things like Protecto is a good one that claims to last 8 months. You have another one called Preventatives that is a little bit better on ticks, as the name would imply. And then there are certain over-the-counter products, like I know Hearts makes some, but yeah, I don't know if they're worth the packaging that they're in my honest opinion. Also, use a lot of caution if you're using over-the-counter products like that are labeled for dogs. Be very careful if you're going to try to use things like that on a cat. In fact, let me be more clear. Do not use a product that is labeled for a dog on a cat. You will not have that cat for very long, or if you will be in a vet clinic for in very short order. So, moving on. Topicals, topical products. You have things like Advantage, you have Frontline, you have 100 different generics of those now because the patent is up. What else am I missing? There was Vectra 3D, if it's still out there. I haven't seen it in years. A lot of those guys, most of your topicals, they do work, and most of them last for a month, I would say a month. But you have to be careful about how often you bathe and what you bathe with. All of the topicals are going to spread in the oil layer of a dog's coat. When you bathe them with a soap-based shampoo, guess what you're taking off? You're taking off the oils on their skin, and guess what lives in those oils? The flea medicine. So be careful. I'm not telling you they don't work, because they do work, but use a soap-free shampoo if you are going to be using those. Last but not least, these guys. This is the two that I carry here. There is a whole class of medications that include things like Protecto, Simparica. It also includes NexGard, and there's another one whose name is escaping me, but that's okay. These guys, how they work, they are orally administered, and they last for, in most of them's cases, like Simparica and NexGard, they last for 30 days. They kill fleas and ticks. They kill them very well. They also kill them very, very quickly. So these are great products to use for dogs that are allergic to fleas. Excuse me, this next product here, Protecto, is probably my biggest go-to, and the simple reason why is because it's convenient. Everybody wants easy. This one lasts for 90 days. It gets fleas and ticks. You give it orally with a full meal, and it will kill and or prevent fleas and ticks for 90 days. Let me be clear, when I say prevent, nothing is a force field. Nothing is going to stop a flea or even a tick for that matter from getting on your pet. But when they do, these products normally start working to kill fleas and or ticks within hours of them getting on the pet. So that is kind of it in a nutshell, guys. Keep tuning into our segments and keep posting comments below if you have ideas of things you'd like to hear about, or even if you have questions about these particular topics. Again, I only have a couple of minutes, so I'm really scratching the surface, but if you have more comments that you'd want to dive into or questions that you want to dive into, leave us a comment below and we'll try to get back to you as quick as we can, okay? Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.